Hello and welcome to our next video. In this lesson we're going to take a look at working with some images real quickly in our pages. So I've used the GAMP to make a banner, and that banner simply looks like this. It's just a gradient, real easy to make. You can do anything you want. Essentially the size of that is going to be something like 2500 by 250, so that it is quite wide, a little bit taller than probably what we'd want for a banner, maybe not. And then I went out and downloaded from Morguefile a dog. And here's a link for Morguefile. You can distribute it, but I'm not going to include these images. I'm just going to let you use your own images. You can easily create images or use placeholders or whatever you need to do. Essentially, let's go ahead and copy our index. And we'll name this images. And we'll edit that in our code editor. So here what we're going to do is we're actually going to make our banner first. And so all we need to do in order to make our banner is simply reference our image just like we would any other image. So here we'll say image class equals, and we could have image circle, responsive, rounded, or thumbnail. Let's actually leave those off for now. I'll show you those in just a moment. And let's go source. So we have an image with a source, and we'll have that set in our, make sure that you do this as well, make a folder called images and have banner.jpg or PNG for this one, or whatever your image type is, and then give it an alt, the banner or something. Alright, let's save that. Let's go ahead and look at our page real quick and see what we end up getting when we look at that. So here's our image banner, and you can see that it's spread out quite wide, and we have a problem. It's not responsive. So it's not looking like a very nice gradient banner like we had created. So what we want to do is actually, if we want our images to be responsive, we kind of saw this already because I started typing it. We go just say class equals image responsive, and let's go ahead and save that. And now let's look at our page, and here you can see now the banner is actually going to resize as I resize my page. Of course, you may not want your banner to go that small, so you would need to handle that using some visibility things, which we'll learn in a little bit. But essentially that responsiveness allows that image to go ahead and resize with the user's device size, which is really nice. So the next thing I want to look at is just a couple other image options. So let's just copy this, and let's actually change this, and we'll have image, we'll go 4, let's go bigger than that. Let's go 6, 4, 3, and 2. And then let's do the dog. This is a JPEG, dog1.jpg. Now this is again my image. You would want to find some image that you want. And let's go ahead and we have 1, 2 columns here. Let's go ahead and do this one. We'll do the dog again. It really won't matter. You can again extrapolate this in your code and do what you want to do to make your page look the way that you're hoping that it will look. And let's do an image dash thumbnail here. I'll just allow the editor to help me type that. And then let's do an image rounded here. So now let's look at our page. Again, what you can see is the thumbnail is here, and the rounded image just gives it some rounded corners. And we are looking a little bit responsive in that the images are resizing as we get to a bigger zoom. And let's resize this. You can see that thumbnail is going away to almost next to nothing. The other image seems to be not resizing, so let's do this. Let's make it responsive, and actually let's make our thumbnail responsive as well. Maybe that will help with some of that smallness. Let's try this again. So there's our responsive image lining up. There we get a little bigger. Yep, still getting pretty small, but at least now we have our two images kind of responding the way we would expect. And the last one I want to look at is the image circle. So let's just go ahead and copy this one more time. And let's change this thumbnail to a circle. And we'll save that. And here you can see there's a little circle there. Again, that's mostly based on the size of the columns we're using. So we could actually change that outlook if we were an extra small here and we wanted it to go the entire, we could do that. And maybe it won't work. Save it. Maybe I'm not an extra small anymore. There we go. So it does wrap like we expected. That keeps our image from getting too small. And so we can see there are many things that we can do with images to make them responsive very easily on our pages. That wraps up our look at images. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.